Hello guys, welcome to Advance Your English, where language meets opportunity. Whether you're here to improve your English for work, studies, or just for fun, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to see the adjectives. I promise, by the end of this video, you'll have clear, actionable steps to take your English skills to the next level. The adjectives. An adjective is a word that describes, modifies, or provides more information about a noun, a person, place, thing, or idea. Adjectives give us details about what kind, which one, how many, or how much something is. They make our sentences more specific and vivid. Well, let's have a particularized concept about adjectives. Here are the key features of adjectives. 1. Describes quality. Adjectives describe characteristics or qualities. Example: beautiful, tall, red, soft. Sentence: she wore a beautiful dress. 2. Identifies quantity or amount. Adjectives can specify how many or how much. Example: 3, several, few, many. Sentence: I have 3 apples. 3. Define specificity. They point out particular nouns. Example: this, that, these, those. Sentence: I prefer this book over that one. 4. Describes age, size, shape, or color. Adjectives often describe physical attributes. Example: old, huge, round, blue. Sentence: the old tree has round leaves. 5. Shows feelings or judgments. Adjectives express opinions or emotions. Example: wonderful, boring, horrible. Sentence: the movie was wonderful. Types of adjectives. 1. Descriptive adjectives. Descriptive adjectives show or describe the quality or state of a thing. They describe the shape, size, weight, temperature, humidity, age, color, taste, quality, nationality, behavior, etc. of nouns. Examples: happy, cold, fast, delicious. A good boy, a big fish, cold weather, long hair, a dishonest man, a steep hill. A pretty girl. A tall boy. Sweet bread. The lazy farmer. An Ethiopia young. White flower. A broken chair. A naughty child. A school teacher. A swimming pool. A daily newspaper. A hard task. A good pupil. A blue pen. I drank hot milk yesterday. An elephant is a huge animal. Selamawit is a beautiful girl. A faithful friend is more valuable than money. Ali is a tall boy. Habtam bought a new car. I ate 2 big apples. The lazy boy was punished. She is a very sweet girl. Asfa is a good pupil. I have a red pen. The words in red colors in the sentences above describe the nouns they precede. They all answer the question what kind of, and describe persons or things. Descriptive adjectives form the largest group of adjectives. They may come before the nouns, which they describe as in the above examples. Or they may come after verbs of being or some other incomplete verb. For example, the girl is ill. The boy seems happy. The sky was cloudy. The story became interesting. In these sentences, the adjectives in blue colors ill, happy, cloudy. Interesting describe the person or thing named by the nouns going before. But they come after the verbs is, seems, was, became, and are the complements of these verbs. Descriptive adjectives formed from proper nouns are often called proper adjectives. In English, proper adjectives must begin with a capital letter. Look the examples. He studies Ethiopian languages. I drank French beer yesterday. Berekit bought English bicycle. We saw American film last Sunday. Christmas tree. Roman numerals. South African wine. Japanese goods are superior. The French town has an interesting history. He has applied for American citizenship. Many of my friends are Indian. This house is a fine example of Italian architecture. Sentence: the delicious cake was gone in minutes. Quantitative adjective. Quantitative adjective shows the number or quantity of thing. Some, more, several, a few, a little, many, much, a lot of, all. Examples. 1. He has lent some money. 2. She ate a lot of food. 3. Do you have enough money? 4. There are many pictures in this book. 5. A little patience will help. 6. There is a lot of noise in the street. Cardinal numbers. Cardinal numbers are those whole numbers representing quantity, such as 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, 50, etc. Examples. 1. Mohammed has 3 wives. 2. There were 20 sheep here. 3. My father has 2 cars. 4. There are 15 students in the class. 5. They had 400 birr yesterday. 6. 50 people died in the earthquake. Ordinals. Ordinals are numbers showing order or positioning a series. Ordinals are such as first, second, third, 50th, 10th, etc., as well as another, other, next, and last are ordinals. Examples. 1. She took the first train home. 2. I came by the first bus. 3. Dawit has always stood first. 4. Call the 5th boy in the line. 5. Sunday is the first day of the week. 6. Send the second man in. Indefinite numeral adjective. Some money. Much bread. Several women. Enough food. Distributive adjectives. A distributive adjective is a type of adjective that refers to individual members of a group separately rather than collectively. It highlights one or more individuals in a group but emphasizes them individually rather than as a whole. Examples of distributive adjectives: each, every, either, neither. Examples. 1. Each student must complete the assignment. Focuses on every single student individually. 2. Neither option works for me. Refers to 2 separate options, not as a pair. 3. Each boy had a book in hand. 4. The country expects every man to do his duty. 5. You may take either book. 6. Neither report is correct. 7. Neither of them is interested in the job. 8. Every dog has his day. The adjectives in red color above refer to persons or things separately and are called distributive adjectives. Distributive adjectives are useful for clarifying individual attention or selection within a group. Demonstrative adjective. The demonstrative adjectives this, these, that and what are identical to the demonstrative pronouns but they are used as adjectives to modify nouns or noun phrase, as in the following sentences. This is my brother. Pronoun. This teacher is my brother. Adjectives. Look at that man. This apartment needs to be fumigated. He gave me this pen. That girl is very clever. I preferred those plates. Please try to differentiate the difference among the following. This singular, near. That singular, far. These plural, near. Those plural, far. Let's see. Interrogative adjectives. An interrogative adjective which, what, whose, how much, or how many is like an interrogative pronoun, except that it modifies a noun or noun phrase rather than standing on its own. Examples. 1. Which is yours? Pronoun. 2. Which book is yours? Adjective. 3. What book are you reading? 4. Which pens do you like? 5. Which car do you mean? 6. What difference does it make? 7. How much money can you give me? Multiplicative adjectives are adjectives that express the concept of multiplication or the number of times something is repeated or exists. They are used to describe quantities or qualities in terms of multiples. Characteristics of multiplicative adjectives. 1. Indicate multiplication or repetition. They describe how many times something is repeated or multiplied. Common words. Single, double, triple. Quadruple, quintuple, sextuple, higher order multiples. Twofold, threefold, alternative expressions of multiples. Examples. 1. Single. She bought a single flower. Justification indicates one or individual. 2. Double. He ordered a double espresso. Justification implies twice the amount or two of something. 3. Triple. The team scored a triple win this season. Justification suggests 3 times or 3 in number. 4. Twofold. The benefits are twofold, cost saving and efficiency. Justification refers to twice or in 2 aspects. 5. Quadruple. They achieved a quadruple increase in sales. Justification describes 4 times the original value. Usage contexts. 1. Quantities. Double doors, doors in pairs. Triple layer cake, cake with 3 layers. 2. Measurements. A double-sized bed, a bed with dimensions twice as large as a single one. 3. Repetition. Triple the effort, multiply the effort 3 times. 4. Abstract use. His happiness was twofold, career success and family joy. Refers to dual aspects. How they differ from other adjectives. Numeral adjectives express exact counts 2, 3, 5, while multiplicative adjectives express multiplication, double, triple, etc. Quantitative adjectives indicate amounts without focusing on multiples, some, many. Possessive adjectives. Possessive adjectives show ownership or possession. They modify nouns to indicate that something belongs to someone or something. Common possessive adjectives are my, your, his, her, its, our, and their. Key features. 1. Always modify a noun. Possessive adjectives are followed by a noun. Example. This is my book. The noun book is modified by my. 2. Do not stand alone. Unlike possessive pronouns mine, yours, possessive adjectives must be used with a noun. Incorrect. This book is my. Correct. This is my book. Examples and explanations. 1. My. Example: this is my pen. Justification: my shows that the pen belongs to the speaker. Explanation: the possessive adjective my modifies the noun pen to indicate ownership. 2. Your. Example: is this your jacket? Justification: your shows that the jacket belongs to the person being spoken to. Explanation: it modifies the noun jacket to ask about possession. 3. His. Example: his car is parked outside. Justification: his indicates that the car belongs to a male subject. Explanation: it modifies the noun car to describe ownership. 4. Her. Example: her dress is beautiful. Justification: her shows that the dress belongs to a female subject. Explanation: it modifies the noun dress to indicate possession. 5. Its. Example: the cat is licking its paws. Justification: it shows that the paws belong to the cat. Explanation: it modifies the noun paws to describe possession. It is used for non-human or animal possessors. 6. Our. Example: our team won the match. Justification: our indicates that the team belongs to the speaker and others. Explanation: it modifies the noun team to show shared ownership. 7. Their. Example: their house is very large. Justification: their indicates that the house belongs to a group of people. Explanation: it modifies the noun house to specify possession. Common mistakes with possessive adjectives. 1. Confusing possessive adjectives with possessive pronouns. Incorrect: this is my. My cannot stand alone. Correct: this is my book. My must modify a noun. Incorrect: this book is mine book. Correct: this book is mine. Mine replaces the noun, unlike my. Summary about possessive adjectives. 1. Possessive adjectives show ownership or relationships. 2. They are always followed by a noun. 3. They differ from possessive pronouns, which can stand alone. Emphasizing adjectives. Emphasizing adjectives are used to highlight or stress a particular noun, often to express importance, certainty, or exclusivity. They draw attention to the noun they modify, making the statement more forceful or emphatic. Key characteristics of emphasizing adjectives. 1. Stress the noun. They reinforce or highlight the significance of the noun. 2. Common words. The most frequently used emphasizing adjectives are own and very. 3. Purpose. They add intensity or exclusivity to the meaning. Examples: justifications and explanations. 1. Own. Example: she has her own room. Justification. The adjective own emphasizes that the room belongs exclusively to her. Explanation. It stresses that the room is not shared with anyone else, reinforcing the idea of personal possession. Example: he built his own house. Justification. Own highlights that the house was built by him without external help. Explanation. It adds emphasis to his involvement in the process. 2. Very. Example: this is the very book I was looking for. Justification. The adjective very emphasizes that the specific book is the one being referred to. Explanation. It stresses exactness or precision, indicating that no other book would suffice. Example: He stood at the very edge of the cliff. Justification, very highlights the extreme point of the edge. Explanation, it intensifies the description by pinpointing the exact location. Common usage patterns. 1. To highlight exclusivity. She wants her own space. Emphasizes the exclusivity of space belonging to her. They have their own business. Stresses that the business belongs solely to them. 2. To add precision. This is the very moment we've been waiting for. Focuses on the exact moment. The treasure was buried in this very spot. Stresses the specific location. 3. To express importance. It was his own decision to quit. Highlights the importance of personal choice. This very idea changed the course of history. Adds weight to the significance of the idea. Comparison with other adjectives. Descriptive adjectives provide qualities, e.g., beautiful flower. Emphasizing adjectives add intensity, e.g., her very own flower stresses exclusivity. Why use emphasizing adjectives? 1. To clarify ownership, his own car. Not borrowed, but belonging to him. 2. To highlight exactness, the very spot. No other location is being referred to. 3. To intensify statements, her own idea. The idea is uniquely hers. Article adjectives. Article adjectives are a specific type of adjective that function as modifiers for nouns. They are used to define or introduce a noun and indicate whether the noun is specific or non-specific. Articles are classified as adjectives because they describe or clarify nouns. Types of article adjectives. There are 3 articles in English. 1. Definite article, the. 2. Indefinite articles, a, an. 1. Definite article, the. The definite article, the, is used to refer to a specific noun that is already known to the speaker and the listener or is uniquely identifiable. Examples. 1. The book on the table is mine. Justification, the specifies a particular book that both the speaker and listener can identify. 2. He visited the Eiffel Tower last summer. Justification, the emphasizes a unique, well-known landmark. 2. Indefinite articles, a, an. Indefinite articles are used when referring to non-specific or general nouns. A used before words starting with a consonant sound. An used before words starting with a vowel sound. Examples. 1. I saw a cat in the garden. Justification, a introduces a non-specific noun, cat, as the speaker doesn't refer to a particular cat. 2. She ate an apple during lunch. Justification, an is used because apple starts with a vowel sound, and the noun is non-specific. Key rules for using article adjectives. 1. Definite articles, the. Used when the noun is specific or already mentioned. Example. The moon looks beautiful tonight. Refers to a unique noun, moon. 2. Indefinite articles, again. Used for non-specific or general nouns. Example. She needs a pen. Any pen will do, it is not specific. 3. And for vowel sounds. An is used before a word starting with a vowel sound, regardless of spelling. Example. An hour ago, he called. Justification, although our starts with H, it is silent, so the word begins with a vowel sound. Comparison of article adjectives. Special cases with article adjectives. 1. No article, 0 article. Sometimes, no article is used before uncountable or plural nouns when speaking generally. Example. I love books. Justification, no article is needed when referring to books in general. 2. Repeated mention. use "asen" when mentioning something for the first time, then switch to the for subsequent mentions. Example: I saw a dog. The dog was barking loudly. Justification: a dog introduces the noun, and the dog refers back to it. Summary of article adjectives. 1. Definite article that refers to specific nouns, e.g., the sun. 2. Indefinite articles, aid and refers to non-specific nouns, e.g., a chair, an idea. 3. Zero article, used for general references with uncountable or plural nouns. Understanding the formation of adjectives from nouns, verbs, and other word classes offers several practical and intellectual advantages. 1. Enhance vocabulary and communication skills. Precision in expression. Knowing how to form adjectives allows you to describe situations, objects, or emotions with more accuracy. For example, understanding that enjoy, a verb, leads to enjoyable enables more precise expression of thoughts. Creative expression. It helps you articulate ideas more fluently, tailoring your speech or writing to different contexts. 2. Improved grammar and writing. Cohesion in writing. Adjectives formed from other word classes make sentences more cohesive and dynamic. For example, the credibility of the speaker is clear. The speaker is credible. Economy of words. Adjective formation helps condense ideas into fewer words, improving clarity. 3. Academic and professional benefits. Language proficiency. For students and professionals, understanding word formation enhances performance in exams, essays, reports, and presentations. Specialized jargon. Many fields, e.g., law, medicine, business, use adjectives derived from nouns or verbs, like reliable, from reliability, or diagnosable, from diagnosis. 4. Better understanding of language structure. Decoding new words. Recognizing patterns in adjective formation helps decipher unfamiliar words. For example, knowing label means capable of allows one to infer the meaning of words like adaptable or negotiable. Interconnectedness of language. It reveals how parts of speech interact, enhancing linguistic awareness. 5. Versatility in learning new languages. Many languages, e.g., Spanish, French, have similar processes of word formation. Learning these rules in one language can make it easier to understand and apply them in others. 6. Creative writing and storytelling. Imagery and depth. Using descriptive adjectives derived from other words enriches narratives, making them more engaging. For instance, a man of honor becomes an honorable man. In summary, understanding adjective formation is a key linguistic tool that sharpens both practical and intellectual command of language, enabling effective communication, critical thinking, and creative expression. Now let's see the formation. Adjectives are often formed from nouns by adding specific suffixes, modifying the noun, or sometimes leaving it unchanged. Here's a detailed explanation of how this is done, along with examples and justification for each type of formation. Obviously, there is no general rule for making adjectives. We know they are adjectives usually by what they do, their function, in a sentence. However, some word endings, suffixes, are typical of adjectives. Adjective formed from nouns. 1. By adding suffixes. The most common method is attaching suffixes to nouns to create adjectives. Examples. By adding the suffix full, we can get as follows. From the noun beauty to beautiful. From the noun harm to harmful. From the noun peace to peaceful. Success successful. Skill skillful. power powerful, shame shameful, wonder wonderful. By adding the suffix ish, we can have the following adjectives. From the noun fool to the adjective foolish. From the noun child to the adjective childish. From the noun book to the adjective bookish. From sheep to sheepish. From girl to girlish. From woman to womanish. From boy to boyish. From red to reddish. By adding the suffix ous. From the noun danger to the adjective dangerous. From courage to courageous. From fame to famous. From pomp to pompous. From poison to poisonous. From anxiety to anxious. From joy to joyous. By adding the suffix less. From the noun hope to the adjective hopeless. From friend to friendless. From home to homeless. From worth to worthless. From noise to noiseless. From base to baseless. By adding the suffix tlal. From the noun nature to the adjective natural. From politics to political. From logic to L. From politics to political. From logic to logical. From practice to practical. From industry to industrial. From presidency to presidential. By adding the suffix -ci. From the noun hero to the adjective heroic. From metal to metallic. From economy to economic. From base to basic. From fantasy to fantastic. From scheme to schematic. From system to systematic. By adding the suffix -ly. From the noun friend to the adjective friendly. From love to lovely. From mother to motherly. From coward to cowardly. From month to monthly. From father to fatherly. From week to weekly. From hour to hourly. From day to daily. From time to timely. By adding the suffix -y. From the noun cloud to the adjective cloudy. From fun to funny. From dirt to dirty. From stone to stony. From sleep to sleepy. From need to needy. From speed to speedy. From wind to windy. From heart to hearty. From rain to rainy. From word to wordy. By adding the suffix -kibble. From the noun horror to the adjective horrible. From terror to terrible. From incredibility to incredible. From invisibility to invisible. From divisibility to divisible. From negligibility to negligible. From access to accessible. From audience or audio to audible. From credibility to credible. From reversal to reversible. From sense to sensible. By adding the suffix -mable. From the noun admiration to the adjective admirable. From the noun comfort to the adjective comfortable. From enjoyment to enjoyable. From honor to honorable. From management to manageable. From reason to reasonable. Adjectives formed from verbs. Adjectives formed from verbs are called participial adjectives because they are derived from the participles, either present participle or past participle, of verbs. These adjectives describe a noun by attributing qualities or states to it. Let's explore this in detail. Here is a list of adjectives formed from verbs, divided into those formed from the present participle, ing, and the past participle, ed, forms of verbs. Adjectives formed from present participles, thing. These describe the active quality or the thing that causes a feeling or action. 1. Amazing. 2. Boring. 3. Challenging. 4. Confusing. 5. disappointing. 6. Encouraging. 7. Exciting. 8. Frightening. 9. Inspiring. 10. Irritating. 11. Shocking. 12. Surprising. 13. Tiring. 14. Thrilling. 15. Worrying. Adjectives formed from past participles, ed. These describe the passive quality or the result effect of an action on someone or something. 1. Amazed. 2. Bored. 3. Challenged. 4. Confused. 5. Disappointed. 6. Encouraged. 7. Excited. 8. Frightened. 9. Inspired. 10. Irritated. 11. Shocked. 12. Surprised. 13. Tired. 14. Thrilled. 15. Worried. Examples of irregular verbs as adjectives. Some irregular verbs form adjectives with unique participles. 1. Broken, from break. 2. Chosen, from choose. 3. Forgotten, from forget. 4. Written, from write. 5. Spoken, from speak. 6. Taken, from take. 7. Driven, from drive. 8. Hidden, from hide. Here are good examples and explanations of adjectives. It is super essential to give an attention to differentiate the difference of the adjective that ends with ing and ed in particularize. Here's a list of clear examples showing the differences between ing and ed adjectives. 1. Interesting, interested. Interesting describes something that captures attention or curiosity. Sentence: the book about space exploration is interesting. Interested describes how someone feels when their curiosity is piqued. Sentence: I am really interested in learning more about astronomy. 2. Boring the bored. Boring describes something that causes boredom. Sentence: the lecture on ancient history was boring. Bored describes how someone feels when uninterested. Sentence: I felt bored during the long lecture. 3. Exciting, excited. Exciting describes something that creates excitement or thrill. Sentence: skydiving is such an exciting experience. Excited describes how someone feels when thrilled or happy about something. Sentence: she was excited to meet her favorite author at the event. 4. Confusing, confused. Confusing describes something that is difficult to understand. Sentence: the instructions for assembling the shelf were confusing. Confused describes how someone feels when they do not understand something. Sentence: he was confused by the strange behavior of his colleague. 5. Annoying, annoyed. Annoying describes something that irritates or bothers someone. Sentence: the loud music from the neighbor's house is annoying. Annoyed describes how someone feels when irritated or bothered. Sentence: she was annoyed by the constant interruptions during her work. 6. Exhausting, exhausted. Exhausting describes something that makes someone very tired. Sentence: the 12-hour hike through the mountains was exhausting. Exhausted describes how someone feels after being extremely tired. Sentence: after the hike, everyone was completely exhausted. 7. Disgusting, disgusted. Disgusting describes something that causes revulsion or strong dislike. Sentence: the food had a disgusting smell because it had gone bad. Disgusted describes how someone feels when they experience revulsion. Sentence: he felt disgusted when he saw the dirty restroom. 8. Amusing, amused. Amusing describes something that is entertaining or funny. Sentence: the comedian's jokes were very amusing. Amused describes how someone feels when entertained or pleased. Terrifying. Function describes something or someone that causes terror, active meaning. Sentence: the storm outside was terrifying to watch. Terrified. Function describes how someone feels when they are scared, passive meaning. Sentence: the children were terrified of the dark. Key difference in function. Adjectives describe the cause of the emotion, active quality. Adjectives describe the resulting feeling of the subject, passive quality. Adjectives describe the cause of the emotion or reaction, e.g., the book is interesting, the hike is exhausting. Adjectives describe the resulting feeling in the person experiencing it, e.g., I am interested, she is exhausted. Here is another important point. What are participles? Participles are verb forms that function as adjectives or are used to create verb tenses. They are derived from verbs but do not act as verbs themselves. Participles come in two main forms. 1. Present participle, ing. 2. Past participle, ed, en, or irregular forms. Types of participles. 1. Present participle, ing. Form, base verb plus ling. Functions. As an adjective, describes a noun. In continuous tenses, forms part of the verb phrase. Examples. Adjective, the crying baby kept everyone awake. Continuous tense, she is running to catch the bus. 2. Past participle, ed, en, or irregular forms. Form A, base verb plus led, regular verbs, or irregular forms, e.g., written, gone. Functions. As an adjective, describes a noun. In perfect tenses, forms part of the verb phrase. In passive voice, used to show the action is received by the subject. Examples. Adjective, the broken vase lay on the floor. Perfect tense, she has written a novel. Passive voice, the cake was baked by my mom. Examples of participles in sentences. Present participles. 1. The laughing children were playing in the park. Adjective. 2. She was cooking dinner when I arrived. Continuous tense. 3. We saw the dog chasing its tail. Describes an ongoing action. Past participles. 1. The shattered glass covered the floor. Adjective. 2. He had finished his homework before dinner. Perfect tense. 3. The letter was written by a famous author. Passive voice. Difference between participles and gerunds. Present participles and gerunds both end in -ing, but their functions differ. Present participle acts as an adjective or forms continuous tenses, e.g., the running water is cold. Gerund acts as a noun, e.g., running is my favorite hobby.